So let's now add a table with a different structure and make a data model in Power Pivot. Okay, in order to load extra data that's in the calorie table, we have that in an external workbook. It's just an Excel file that can be opened with Power Pivot as well. That's in the calorie file. Let's click this one. That's it. Let's transform this. Let's call it calories, because sheet 1 is not clear what kind of information it has. So are there anything else that you have to change? Calories. Let's just load it. Connection only. Add to the model. Okay, that looks fine. Edit. Let's take a look in Power Pivot. Let's do a manage to see the data tables that are in Power Pivot. The name is automatically changed here as well to calories. That is good. So here we have the separate files, biology niche. The one of interest is append biology niche that has both tables included. So the ones from biology as well as the ones from niche. The calorie says the tables with the items. You can double click on the line in order to automatically adjust the size of the cells in order to see the contents. Let's go to diagram view in order to model the relationships between the tables. So as you can see, there are 4 tables. These 2 are the ones of interest. The data that is in this table biology is already included in the append table, so this can be minimized. The same holds for the niche table. It can be minimized in order to minimize the space that is used, so we don't need that. These are the ones that are useful to us. How are we going to model the relationships between the tables? Of course, in order to model the relationships of the tables, you need to understand something of data modeling in databases. Normally you make a design of a database in which each table only can exist once as an entity, and you want to make a minimal model so that all the tables are connected. In order to do that, you have to think in terms of keys, primary keys, foreign keys. If we regard to calorie tables, then item can be considered a primary key, because with the item you can retrieve every different row or record in the table. Yeah, because every item is unique if you regard the item in the calorie table. For append biology niche, this is not the case. It's not possible to think in terms of primary keys with regard to one of the columns. But of course, it's possible to use item of the calorie table as a foreign key, so that both just fit onto each other. Okay. In order to connect them, you just drag You click with the left mouse button on item, and then a line appears, and you're gonna connect that to the column, the other key in the other table. Yeah, so in this case you're gonna connect it to item. So now you see that the primary key of the calorie table is connected to the foreign key in the append table, making this line, meaning one row in the calorie table can be connected to many rows in the append table. The many is denoted by the star and the one by the one. If we double click on it, you can see actually some data, meaning also that the relationship is active. Okay, this looks good. Cancel. So now we've constructed a model in Power Pivot, and now it's possible to make reports, queries, tables, figures, including information from the left table as well as the right table. But in order to do that, you can just make a pivot table here. There are many options. You can also make a pivot table chart, for example. It asks you where to put the table. Depending on the report that you want to generate as an analyst, and that is of interest to the business, you can select different things from the tables. By double clicking here, you can, for example, select item and just drag it to the rows. Then, because the report that is generated here is a pivot table, it will list all the possible items that occur in the table, in the append table. And these are all the occurring items. It would be interesting now, for example, to see what is the sum of the calories coming, but then we have to get that information from the other table. Yeah, the sum of calories. What you would expect here is that all the numbers would be different. This is not the case, and a yellow pop-up comes that something is not okay, indicating that a special trick must be carried out. So in order to make this report work, let's make the trick. So then we go back to the Power Pivot, the data view. These are the calories listed in the calorie table. Of course, the calories are not listed in this table, but they can now be retrieved from the calorie table because the relationships has been modeled. So the trick consists of that you select a cell here, and that you select a cell and then you type is related, returns a rated value from another table. Double click it, the column name, in this case calories. This is what the value that we want to obtain. Double click, close parenthesis, enter. It's updating and calculating. This will work for very large big data files as well, because everything is optimized under the hood. As you can see now, values appear that are coming out of the other table. So now we have done the trick. What we can do here is again adjust the name of the variable. So this is calories retrieved. Calories retrieved from calories table. So in order not to lose track of things that you are doing, it's good to give logical names to column headers. Okay, so now if we go back to the report, let's try it again. So we put it back, then let's pull it back in. Let's try it again. It's missing some update or something. Look at it. If you use this one, it will work. Yes. So now you have to report one report with information coming from two tables. So that is the power of using Power Pivot and Power Query.